Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. You know, family, if I were to be asked who is my favorite advocate on the Senzo Meyiwa Trial, I would say Ramosepele. Advocate Ramosepele, for me, he's the one. You know, Ramosepele is one person who is not afraid to face the truth. Whenever there is noise in this court, Ramosepele will always stand for the truth. Yesterday, Judge Rata reminded everyone in this court to behave in a proper manner. He reminded everyone in this court to respect one another. And he did this referring them to the law. He did this referring them to the sections in the law that governs the courts, not from his head, not as his wish, but what the law says. This morning, Ramosepele, when he comes, he starts by acknowledging that Judge Rata, whatever he said, he was correct. He went home, he searched for that law, he went home, he looked for the cases that were also reminding them of their behavior. He comes back to this court. He acknowledges that whatever they were doing, which was not right, he says they need to correct that. To be honest, hence I'm saying Ramosepele is the one. He is my number one. This I have realized in many occasions when maybe there is disagreements, when people are shouting at each other, when people, are saying things out of misunderstandings, when people are saying things out of emotions. Ramosepele will always be the one standing for the truth. Family, let's listen at him this morning as he acknowledges to this court his wrongs as an official of this court. As he acknowledges that, for an example, he used to call the accused persons by the name accused number 1, number 2. Then he says from now onwards, after being reminded of how to behave, I will never again call them by accused, but instead I will call them by their surnames. Family, let's watch and listen.
Yeah.
In the light of what transpired yesterday afternoon.
Yes.
And the lecture and dressing down that the court gave us regarding our conduct as legal practitioners, co-witnesses, the state, court staff, court orderlies, members of police corps that guard the gentlemen before the court. From today, my Lord, I've learned something from this judgment. I'll never call this gentleman accused 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
I'll refer to them as Mr. Sibia, Mr. Mpanzi, Mr. Mlube,
Yeah,
Mr.
thanks.
Mapisa,
I've also faltered sometimes and I call the accused.
Yes.
That judgment says you shouldn't. Yeah.
So my Lord, as an officer of the court, I went to say, I acknowledge my role here as an officer of the court to assist the court to come into a just decision of this case, and to do so under my zeal, because I must defend Mr. Tanzi with my blood. But doing so, I must do it within the confines of decorum, within the confines of respect to Brigadier Gininda, Advocate Baloy, Advocate Sibanda, my colleagues here, the interpreter, everybody that is in this building. Now, my Lord, I went to do some research because this did not sit well with me.
Yeah.
When all of us are exfoliated, And I went to do some research, and I've come across 2 case laws that are pertinent to the issue.
Yes.
The one is a KwaZulu-Natal High Court case, and I'll make it available to the court as well. The matter of Sianda Fortune, Mkhize, and others versus the state, and this is the most critical than the Goliath and Chikori matter. That judgment deals particularly, my lord, with the Bangalore principles as espoused by the then Chief Justice Pius Langa. And it deals on the main with the conduct of the judge himself, your lordship himself, ourselves. And I'm going to quote at length, at least when I say at length, my lord, it's about 4 pages.
You don't want us to read that case for ourselves.
I can
Yeah,
make it
because
available.
you are an officer of the court.
Yes.
You can give it to
Yes.
each and every one of us.
I'll make it available, my lord.
Please.
But at the end of the day, what I wanted to say, my lord, is that we also here, including Advocate Nisi, endeavor to conduct ourselves with the utmost decorum to the court. If things spill over, my lord, today we can come and say tempers fled. We are sorry to the court, to Brigadier Gininda, to the public out there, my lord. That's
No,
what
thanks. I
wanted to say.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'll tell you what. You remember? I don't know if you participated in that exercise. When some councils here refused to call Colonel Steyn. You remember that?
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
The gentleman is a retired colonel. And I say, address him as Colonel Steyn. Some of you refused. You refused. I can even remember Mr. Ngomezulu, the late Mr. Ngomezulu, saying, why should we call him Mr. Steyn? We also have titles. And some others of you went aboard and said, you will never call him Mr. Steyn. And I said, well, I'll continue calling him Mr. Steyn. When I read this, you heard this, you say you must address a guy through his title. And then somebody, I think he made a comment that if Mandela comes here and he gives evidence, he's Mr. Mandela, something like that. This is what happens in this court. People telling the judge, you're mad, you're mad. We're going to call him Mr. Steyn. You want us to call him Colonel Steyn? We are not going to do that. Am I right, sir? You remember that incident, Mr. Ngumar?
Yes, I remember.
You continued saying you'll call him Mr. Steyn.
No.
I mean, sorry.
I called him Kendall.
Yeah, you see, I remember pertinent. I don't even Mr. Ramosepele, I think.
Yes.
I've always called every officer
Yes.
here by their title.
No, I was told to go to hell. I was told to go to hell. This judge is mad. I'm going to call him Mr. Steyn. Counsels telling a judge that when a judge makes an order in court, call him Colonel Steyn, even if you don't want to, because the judge who is in charge of the proceedings here says you must do so. You have got to obey that. But I was told to jump into the sea. You're mad. That's the conduct we have here. And when I make remarks sometimes about our black counsels, attorneys, maybe even judges, I'm told, Doctor, that's why I call you doctor. You are doctor now. But if you are prosecuting, I'll say, Mr. Prosecutor, fine. But if you are seated there, respect just demands that I should call you Dr. Sibanda. And I do it. Yeah. So
Emily, in the comment section, tell me who is your favorite court official, who is your favorite, maybe advocate, whoever that you feel this one is for you. Please tell me, and why do you choose that particular person as your favorite? What are the reasons? Let's talk about that in the comment section. Thank you very much, family, for watching this video to the end. Please like it before you leave. Subscribe for my channel if you haven't done so yet. I love you, family. Thank you. Bye.